Hey guys, so I just got back from the theater from finally seeing Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. I know, finally, I saw it. It's Christmas Eve when I'm recording this. What time is it? Yeah, it's Christmas Eve, about 10 o'clock on Christmas Eve. I'm recording this. And so I don't say happy birthday. Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope everybody's having a good holiday. Everybody stay safe. I spent my Christmas Eve going to see Star Wars, and then I had a nice dinner afterwards. So, it's not too bad. Tomorrow I got to do stuff with family. But, anyways, Star Wars. What the fuck do you say about Star Wars? I haven't said before. Nobody else has said before. I, like a lot of people, grew up on Star Wars. I've reviewed all the new Star Wars movies that came out over the last couple of years. From Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, to Rogue One, to Solo. So it's only fitting them doing this. And I, like a lot of people, grew up on Star Wars, like I said. And I grew up... my introduction to the Star Wars films were the special editions. And when they came out in 97. And I went with my dad to go see them, even though I had no interest in seeing it. I went and saw them, and I fucking fell in love with them. So... And ever since, I've been a fan of Star Wars. I'm not like the biggest diehard fan of Star Wars, but I love Star Wars. I enjoy anytime there's a new Star Wars movie, I will go fucking see it. And this one, I was looking forward to like I was any of the other ones, despite hearing mixed responses from everybody. Like, I'd heard responses from all over the place, mixed reactions or different reactions from different people, like all over the fucking place. A lot of ones, there's ones that are really negative, and there's ones that are really positive, and there's ones that are in the middle. It was all in between. And I was like kind of going in, like, when I would see negative reviews for this thing and hear negative reactions from fans, I kind of went in or took that with a grain of salt, because I'm one of those people that I'm a casual Star Wars fan. I don't get my panties balled up in a twist over these fucking films like some Star Wars fans do. This is one of the weirdest fan bases I've ever seen in my entire life, because these fans can never fucking be happy. Never. Nothing, no matter what anybody does, they will never be happy with anything. So, I take a lot of the criticisms I hear when, going into this movie with a grain of salt. I go in with a very open mind. I went in with a very open mind. And my response? It's alright. There you go. Bye. That's my review of Star Wars. Bye. It was alright. That's the best way to say it. It's not great. It's not the best Star Wars movie. It's not the worst Star Wars movie. All the people are trying to tell me that these movies, and this one especially, is worse than the prequels. Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. Prequels are terrible. Like, this is getting like the same set of reviews like Phantom Menace did. This is not Phantom Menace. No, not at all. Phantom Menace is a piece of shit. I don't get pissed about these movies or get worked up about these movies, but I'll tell you straight up, the prequels are terrible. For the most part, the prequels are terrible. There are some good things about the prequels, but for the most part, and especially Phantom Menace, is just a terrible movie. This is not that bad. This movie has problems. Oh, yeah. And I think I'm not the only one who's going to point out a lot of the problems I have with this movie. But, it was fine. I'm not going to get worked up about it. There's worse things to get worked up about. And, dude, I saw Cats a couple days before I saw this. This is a way better movie than fucking Cats. If you think this is the worst thing out in theaters, go fucking watch Cats. Watch Playmobil. Watch Black Christmas. Jesus Christ, man. So, yeah, this is way better than any of those fucking movies. I honestly, probably one of the two of the best things about this movie were Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver. I thought they were fucking great. Their performances both were great. Daisy Ridley is a fantastic actress. Like, she has really grown as an actress over the last few years watching these movies, because like the first one was like really her first big role, and ever since then I'm a huge fan of her as an actress. I hope she gets a chance to do more than just Star Wars. I hope she's a really good actress and really pretty too. I'm just saying, I mean, she's a pretty girl. I'm just saying. All right. But she's really good in this movie. I thought she was really good in this movie. Like her evolution of this character as she's trying to become a Jedi and finding out more about herself and her past, being conflicted about different things, and it is really good. I thought her performance was really good, and her acting was really, really solid. So is Adam Driver, who, like I said, you have a character arc for these films of Adam Driver's character, Kylo Ren, and like this is like the break. Like he's like, this movie represents the tipping point, like of his character, like his character arc. You see, it's a natural progression for his character for these three films, and what he goes for in this one is really good. I really enjoyed him in this fucking movie. This movie, I didn't get to, the twists and turns about that happened in this movie with a lot of different characters, including the one with Rey. I didn't mind when you find out what happened, or who Rey's parents are, or what her lineage is. I didn't get pissed off about it. I've seen a lot of people get pissed off about it. I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. Like, I remember when Last Jedi came out, one of the biggest complaints everybody had was that you found out that Rey's parents were nobodies. And I said back then, I guarantee you that's a red herring. I guarantee it. They're not going to spoil it until probably the last movie. I guarantee you're going to find out something about her parents, and I guarantee it. Everybody calm the fuck down. That was my reaction. Like, calm down. Like, and then when you find out that, yeah, there is some, something about her lineage that you didn't know, that you find out in this movie, now everybody's pissed off, because I think everybody wanted it to be what everybody thought it was going to be, that she was Luke Skywalker's kid or Han Solo's kid or something like that. No, they went with something different. I give them that. It was at least something different and kind of unique. I kind of dug it. I was like, I never would have guessed that. And when this new trilogy started, that you would go in this direction, I guarantee you that's not. I bet you didn't even really know what direction they were going to go, because J.J. Abrams really never has a fucking clue as to how to end these fucking things. But yeah, I didn't mind it. Like people get fucking panties up in a twist. There's a lot more things to worry about. There's a lot of, I think, even things more dumb things in this movie to worry about. Like, I thought it was nice seeing Palpatine in this fucking movie. Or Ian McDiarmid back as Palpatine. It was nice. He pops up in the first 5 minutes. He's in this, and immediately in the first 5 minutes he's in this movie, and he's in the majority of this movie, and he is the main. Pretty much the whole main plot revolves around him. Like, my favorite. Okay, the opening crawl of this movie, like, it just sets the tone for what you're about to see, because the first sentence on opening crawl literally says, "The dead speak!" an exclamation point. Like, you have to yell it. Like, and I'm like, I was like, when that popped up on the screen, I was like, well, that's something I've never seen in a Star Wars movie. That sentence. And I'm like, and then it explains that a voice that sounds like Emperor Palpatine has been broadcasted over the whole galaxy and freaking everybody out, basically. And I'm like, okay, that's a thing now, I guess. I mean, that's a thing. That's a thing I kept saying throughout the majority of this movie. Where this is kind of getting the complaints, but I was like, it's one of those movies where I just kept, like I said, it's literally the phrase, I guess that's a thing now, the movie. Because I kept saying that majority of the time, like, apparently stormtroopers have jetpacks. I guess that's a thing now. Apparently Leia is a Jedi. Who the fuck knew? But apparently she's a Jedi. It was trained by Luke for fucking years ago. Like, I don't know when, but she was trained by Luke. It also has one of the most hilariously bad, which results in one of the most hilariously bad scenes I've seen in these movies, where they cut back to where Leia was trained by Luke, and they CGI de-aged Luke, or Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill. And Mark Hamill's don't look that bad, but they have it wisely. They put them in the dark so that you couldn't really tell. But then they show Carrie Fisher's, and it looks terrible. It looks really bad. Like, they didn't even put any effort into it. Like, it's like even worse than Rogue One, and when she popped up in Rogue One, it looks even worse than that. My God, that was funny as hell. What's another thing that, like, that's, apparently, okay, this is something that just drove me nuts while I'm watching this movie. Now, this is a thing that's been kind of introduced, I think. I've been watching these movies for a long damn time. I've watched every one of them. This whole life force thing has pretty much a brand new thing, right? Am I correct in this? In that, like, according to this, this life force thing that all Jedi have, they can just fucking heal people. You can get stabbed right in the fucking chest, and all they have to do is touch you, and you're healed. What? Like, when the fuck is this a fucking thing? Like, and I'm like, what the hell? And like, and it happens more than once in this movie. And I'm like, man, all problems can be solved. And I'm like, okay, they do explain that why they don't, not every Jedi does that, because, well, you know, when they do it, they drain a lot of their life force, and if they have no life force left, they're dead. That's what happened to Luke Skywalker at the end of The Last Jedi, basically, where he, kind of put a hologram version of himself there, if that makes any sense. Yeah, like, what the hell? Like, it's like, when is that a fucking thing? Like I said, also, like, Leia being a Jedi, and she's training Rey in this movie, like, at the beginning of this movie. That's pretty much Carrie Fisher's role in this movie. She has a very small role, but she has many scenes in this film. I'll talk about her a little bit more, too, in a second. But, yeah, like I said, there's just multiple times while I'm watching this movie, like, oh, I guess that's a fucking thing. Like, man, there's stuff I want to talk about. I can't talk about without getting the spoilers. I'll try not to. If you want to get, like, so, but, like, there's, when you find out about a certain person having a kid, you're like, how the fuck did that person have a kid? It makes no sense. Like, who, how, what, when, where, why, who? Like, you'll understand if you've seen the movie. Like, that makes no sense. What was the other fucking thing? I can't remember. But anyways, also, this movie, there are times where this movie is just becoming a parody of itself. Like, you know that whole parody that South Park did with the member berries? You've seen South Park, you know what I'm talking about. Where like, remember Chewbacca? Remember Chewbacca? Remember the Millennium Falcon? That's what this movie has become. This series has become, because, like, while it was nice seeing Billy D. Williams in this movie, it was. It's cool to see him back. He's awesome, because he's Billy D. fucking Williams. What the fuck was the point of Lando Calrissian being in this movie? There was zero reason for him to be in this movie. But he's in it, and he just pops up here and there, and just when it's convenient. Also, I might get some shit for saying this, but what was the point of Leia being in this movie? I hate saying, listen, I would have been fine if they would have just killed her off between both movies. I thought that would have been fine. Or somebody even suggested when The Last Jedi was released, they should have just had her die in space instead of her become Superman and fly through space. That resulted in one of the stupidest scenes I've ever seen in a Star Wars movie. But like, really, there's no point. Like, her scenes are really pointless, and then like what happens to her at the end, towards the end of this movie, leaves you with more fucking questions. Like, what? Like, I was very like confused. Like, I guess, can I get the spoilers? Okay, spoilers. If you don't want to know, fucking turn this off, then watch the movie. All right. Okay, you haven't watched. You're done watching it. She dies in this movie. All right, she dies. Yeah, she dies, and it's really weird how she dies. It makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense. How did she die? I think because she used the life force? But what the fuck did she do? Like, she whispers into Kylo Ren's ear. That's it. So that's your send-off to Carrie Fisher? Couldn't have come up with anything better? If that was your idea, then just don't fucking do it. Just fucking, have her out of this movie. I mean, I know you want to pay tribute, and that's awesome, but it's a fuck. I thought even, hell, Last Jedi, the last scene in the movie with her in Last Jedi, I think, was a scene with her and Luke. That was an awesome scene. That was a big, heartwarming scene I loved to death. That would have been a great way to send her character off. But no, just, like, whatever. Also, listen, I like J.J. Abrams. I do. I want to say, I do like him. I want to say that before I say what I'm about to say. But honestly, if I were to be really honest about J.J. Abrams, he is kind of overrated. He is really overrated as a director sometimes. This guy, what is his obsession with just copying, pasting scenes, almost word for word from other movies, especially when he's doing like a film for a sequel to a franchise, a famous franchise. He did it with Star Trek Into Darkness, where he literally copy and pasted the ending of Wrath of Khan, and fucking was very blatant about it. And then he also did that with Force Awakens, where he basically copied the whole plot of the original Star Wars movies. But I give him credit, he did kind of make some changes here and there, and I can't give him a pass. But in this one, he cut to pretty much fucking. I started laughing. There's the part at the end of the movie where it's Palpatine and Rey and Kylo Ren all confronting each other, and it's literally pretty much copy and paste the exact same scene, almost some of the exact same scenes from Return of the Jedi. Like, the exact same scenarios. Like, fuck you. Like, it's like, dude, yeah, they changed the setting here and there. They changed different things. But it's exactly the same. Like, come up with something fucking original, man. Please. Like, damn, man. Like, people give this guy praise, but man, he just takes he's basically just being lazy as shit. Really, that's basically what he's doing. He's making some changes here and there, so it makes it look like it's his own thing, but he's just being a lazy fucker. That's basically all he is doing. And it's kind of annoying. Like, I can't defend it anymore. He does that. There's a couple of other things I won't talk about, but the last shot of this movie is literally him fucking stealing last scene of this movie is him, which was really unnecessary. Like, that was like just an add-on scene that felt like a deleted scene that should have been cut from the movie. That was really stupid. But yeah, it sounds like I'm bitching about this movie more than I am. But I didn't hate it. I do recommend it. Yeah, I'm sure everybody's gonna have their different opinions about this movie, but to each his own. If you didn't like this movie, more power to you. Don't get fucking worked. My opinion is just don't get really worked up about this. It's fucking Star Wars. Like, if you really think this is the worst thing you see ever made, again, watch Cats and tell me that this is the worst movie you've ever seen. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, go fucking. It's not that bad. Like I said, I enjoyed it. If you're a Star Wars fan, you should enjoy it. If you're like a casual fan, you'll probably enjoy it like I did. Trailers. 1917. It's basically a new trailer, final trailer for 1917 that it ain't coming out tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's not coming out tomorrow to my theater. It'll be coming out in a couple weeks on January 10th, I think. I don't know why. Like, why didn't it just get released? I mean, it's a movie I've been actually kind of looking forward to. And, this should be a really good movie. It's a trailer. This is basically a trailer that basically shows a lot of the same scenes that you've seen in all the other trailers, but this time they have critical reviews. I'm like, I hate those kinds of trailers so much, but I'm really looking forward to that movie. I am looking forward to that movie. Top Gun Maverick. I hope this is good. I was kind of hoping this was one of those films that would have just died with Tony Scott, but yeah, it's happening. So, it looks impressive, honestly. Like, the flying scenes look really impressive. You could tell, like, there was a lot of actual stunt flying in this movie done, and that's impressive. Also, I forgot to say it about Star Wars. There was a lot of good use of practical effects. You can tell there was a good use of that in this movie, and I love that. That's one thing I will praise about J.J. Abrams. He uses a lot of practical effects, and you can tell in this movie, too. Obviously, there's CGI in it, too, but yeah, he does a lot of practical effects, too. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, the flying scenes in the trailers look really awesome and really well done. I'm almost certain, I don't know, knowing Tom Cruise, he probably flew all these jets. He probably did fly his own jets into these movies because it's Tom Cruise. He does his own fucking stunts. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Tenet, that new trailer for Tenet. This basically kind of shows the plot of it. If you don't know what Tenet is, it's a new Christopher Nolan movie, and it's a spy movie about a guy who is a spy who has died and is brought back to life, and he's trying to stop World War III. But there's also some weird mind-bending ass shit going on around him. There's weird ass car crashes where the car flips and turns back right side up, and like it looks like this is definitely a Christopher Nolan movie. It looks like if you mixed Inception with James Bond, almost. That's the best way to describe it. It looks cool. It's got John David Washington, Denzel Washington's kid, the guy from Black Klansman. I like Christopher Nolan. I hope this is gonna be awesome. Now, I don't like every one of his movies, but I hope this is one of his better ones. It looks like it could be. And then Black Widow. Yeah, there's a Black Widow movie. I don't know what the hell else you want to say. It's basically a prequel almost. Like, it has Florence Pugh as her sister, or as their quote-unquote sister, Russian sister, where she's trying to find out more about her past. I'm sure it'll be good. It's a Marvel movie at this point. It's, trying to continue the Marvel films after Avengers. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if it'll be good. These movies will be as good as successful as the other movies, but we'll see. But yeah, Black Widow. yeah, it should be fun. That's as far as trailers. What's this week? It's coming out tomorrow. We got Spies in Disguise, Little Women, and Uncut Gems. So all three of them I hear are really good. So there's that. So I won't be able to see it until probably later this week. I'm not going to see him tomorrow. Don't ask me to see him on Christmas Day. I'm going to just enjoy my day off. So I'm not going to go to the movies. And I hope everybody has a great holiday. Merry Christmas. And I'll talk to you guys later.